Hi guys, and welcome to another video by Trim Vegan and Frodo. Thank you so much for tuning in again. Thanks for coming back to the channel, watching, commenting, giving me ideas for new videos, asking me questions and things you want to see me do or talk about. Today's video is going to be one of requested videos. But also something that I did want to talk about, and I've mentioned it previously. So as some of you may know, I am originally from Russia. I'm Russian, and in Russia and in Europe we have this drink called KVAS, and it is like kinda a brew from bread and yeasty type thing, but it tastes really good, and it's like something that I grew up on. And when I moved over on this side of the world, I couldn't really find it, and the one that I did find in the Russian shop, it seemed very sweet, and I wasn't into it as much. Something that I stumbled upon like a year ago or so, a little while ago, is kombucha. And kombucha, it is a fermented drink can be called a tea mushroom type thing. It's a bunch of bacteria that ferment. There's like a little reaction that happens, and it creates this drink that you can drink just whenever you want for whatever. There's like a probiotics in it. So personally for me, I like it for my digestion. I like the way it tastes. I really enjoy it, and it reminds me of that kvass that I used to have in Russia. Other people can write up thousands of different pros and cons to drinking it. I'm not here to talk about that. I'm just here to tell you this is what I do and this is how I do it basically. So I was pretty excited when I found it because it really reminds me, I think it depends how you make it, but the way I make it at home really reminds me of that kvass that I used to have in Russia. So I thought this video would be also helpful for people who missed that and would like to get that back into their life again. So first of all, we'll go into it and talk about kombucha. So I'll just so in kombucha, how should we start it? I'll show it to you. How about that? So basically the way I keep it under cloths, towels, and I don't have it living all the time. Well, it's always living, but I don't have it brewing all the time. So I have like little band thing that holds it up, and that's where it is. It lives in this glass jar. You can see this is it's pretty good looking SCOBY, I tell you. So SCOBY, or symbiotic colony of bacteria and yeast. That's what it stands for. So it's like a bunch of layers. They're pretty thick over there, as you can see. It's probably not very good for me to be shaking it and stuff, so I'll put it down, but I'm like trying to have it in front of you as well. It's basically, yeah, it's fermented. What you usually start off with is somebody gives you a little bit of SCOBY, and mine was, someone gave me one. I had it in my previous video. It was like this big. It was tiny. It was tiny little thin slice of a thing, and yeah. And it grew and it grew and it grew and it grew, and I also learned while I've been playing with it some things that you probably shouldn't do, and I've learned that you should really cover it up properly and have like a little band stopping anything from getting in, and you leave it. I'll tell you how to do it. Hey, alright, let's start with that. You get your little SCOBY, little slicey thing. It can be as big or as little as you have available to yourself. And then what you need to do is you need to boil 3 cups of water, just your regular water that you want to use, or filtered or whatever. And you add 2 tea bags, or tea bags equivalent. I just use this regular Dilma tea. I've used green tea before. I've used black tea with different flavoring in it. So it's just really up to you. You can also use the leaf tea as well. Hopefully you can still hear me. Sorry about the helicopters. They seem to be flying close by. And then you add a 1/4 cup of sugar. I use this coconut organic sugar. I don't actually I haven't been having much sugar at all lately in my diet, like as per se just sugar, but like a pure sugar type stuff. But this is what I use this for, and so it's 3 cups of water to 1/4 cup of sugar, and you brew that completely. You mix it up, you dissolve the sugar, and then you need to cool it down. You just brew it up, take out your tea bags, and leave it sitting for a while until it's completely cold, or very, very cool, like atmospheric temperature kind of thing. And then you pour that mixture into the jar, big jar like this, with your SCOBY in it and 1/2 cup of kombucha from your last batch, basically. So the friend that would give you this little SCOBY would give you the 1/2 cup of kombucha as well, because like basically SCOBY lives in that as well and would need that for living. And obviously also leave it breathing for the air. You cover it with cloth, and you keep it in the dark. It can be slightly warm place, but it needs to be dark, and leave it for 5 to 30 days. And then once it's done and ready, you can pour it out. You can pour it into like some glass jars. That's what I like to do. And then add some berries, or some pineapple or oranges or whatever you want. Kiwi fruit is really good for second fermentation. And I leave that in the fridge, closed off, like with the lid and everything on it. And after I leave that sitting there for a week or 2, you need to open it up every couple of days after second fermentation, like just a little bit, and some of it will start coming out, so you're gonna do it over the sink. And usually I don't drink it as it is, because it's just a little bit strong. But what I like doing it, I like diluting it either with like soda water or like sparkling water, or just plain filtered water, and drink that instead of like a drink, you know, that people would have otherwise, like Sprite or Coke or whatever. It's just a drink that I like. It reminds me of KVAS, so I thought it was helpful for some people who missed that. And yeah, basically it's not hard at all. What you can do, if for some reason you decide that you have brewed it enough and you want to stop for now, or you're going away for a month or 2 and you want to just give your kombucha, your SCOBY, a break, what you need to do, just wait for the train, just basically have a glass jar where you put like a cup of this batch of kombucha, or 1/2 cup, and a portion, if not the whole, like a few layers of this SCOBY. And again, like you can obviously throw it out if you're starting to get too much of it and you know that you're not gonna drink it, and there's none of your friends that want it. You can just chuck them out and leave a little piece so you can continue making it and brewing it, because like seriously, it's just gonna keep on growing and growing and growing and growing like that. I really like it. I don't drink it all the time, I don't have it all the time, but I do enjoy it, and I find it fun and fascinating, and it's like a little thing that's kind of growing. So kombucha, SCOBY doesn't like plastic, so you need to have glass jars for this. And like it's also safer, like better for your health anyway, to be using glass jars. But yeah, it'll be brewed best in the glass jars, and when you go and collect it from your friend as well, get it from glass jars as well. If you want one and you're in Brisbane, maybe comment below, maybe we can arrange something, because I do have them growing really, really well, and you know, I'm happy to share. Otherwise, you know, you can find them on eBay, or maybe some other friends in your area would have them as well. And you can use any glass jars that you want. You can make as much as you want. This right here, this volume is 6 cups of water, and like will be a cup of leftover SCOBY as well, so it's like 7 cups. So it's a pretty big jar, and you buy them like very cheap from Kmart or something. I find it very fun and very interesting. And also, speaking of glass jars, I like to keep my lentils and chickpeas and things like that in glass jars as well, so I always have a bunch of them sitting around to be available for little things that I want to do with them. Alright, so hopefully this video was helpful and you got something out of it. I think it's going pretty well and it's pretty exciting for me. My flatmate calls me like a little witch because she's like always seeing me like brewing and making little things and like, yeah, playing around and growing, you know, little plants and things, and it's really funny. But I like it, and I don't know, I think it helps my digestion. I have incredibly good digestion though, but I enjoy drinking this and it makes me feel good, so that's why I do it. And obviously I'm not like doing it every day, but I do a batch and I ferment it, and it can take me sometimes a month and a half to get like a few bottles like this, but it's not expensive. And actually, if you were to buy kombucha just in the supermarket here in Australia, for example, a jar like this, like a little bottle thing like this, is like $5 to $6. So when you can really make it at home for the cost of 3 cups of water, a couple of tea bags, and some sugar. I use coconut, but you know, if you want to use the other one, you're fine too. And then you can just infuse it with whatever flavoring you want, whether it's ginger, lemon, or hibiscus or anything like that. I think it's also a great way to save money. It's a great way for a Russian or Eastern European person to find something that resembles this drink called KVAS. And whatever health benefits you find online and read about online, obviously you were interested in the subject, so you're watching this video, you know, go with that. It makes me feel great, and it makes me not want to crave like all those other drinks as well. So it's all good. It's all good in my books. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it was helpful and fun and exciting, and you enjoyed seeing how my Scooby's doing. And remember to stop counting calories, start counting hills. Count your adventures, count your passions. Give your little Scooby friend a hug. Talk to your little bacterias, and make friends with them. Sing to them if you want, if you're into that. And so true to yourself. Live your life to the max. Live your life to the fullest, and become the brightest, most exciting, most energetic and amazing version of yourself that you want to be and you're meant to be. See ya. See you again soon. Bye.